working on the real one Tulsa. The true one Tulsa. Okay? We have in the house Miss Regina Goodwin, activist. You want to step on up to the mic? Okay, all right. Fired up.
I know that what we are facing is something that many folks for years, not just the last few years, but for many, many years have said that we are not going to be able to accomplish. And I'm even hearing now, in terms of what's going to transpire tomorrow, that it's not looking so good in terms of those that will have the influence to do what we think is the right thing. So what I wanted to talk about today, before tomorrow comes, is why is it important that we talk about what's in the name? I'm not going to repeat some of the things that everybody has already said, but I did want to speak more specifically to what's happened to this community, what's happening to our culture as Black folks, and in terms of our cultural identity being erased, and also our history being erased. And that's what this boils down to. And I'm not going to whitewash this and say diverse folks. I'm going to talk about Black people in specific. I'm going to talk about white folks and Asian folks and Indian folks that share this common good that says we all matter. And so after a while it becomes a matter of black and white, but it becomes a matter of right and wrong. And what we're trying to do is we're not trying to rewrite history by talking about a name change. We're not trying to promote the bad that existed then, and we're certainly not trying to perpetuate something that does not need to be perpetuated. It has become just silly to me that there are very influential people in this city that want to hold on to this Tate Brady name, that want to say that this is the center of the universe, and that we are somehow supposed to forget our folks that had to flee from the fire, our folks that were not allowed to graduate that night because folks were murdering and maiming and burning down property. So it's very personal for us. And I read in other media saying that, why don't we just forgive and forget? And I'm just saying that for me to forget who I am would be to ask you to forget who you are. And we can't do that. And I think it's very, very important that we talk about Black folks, that we not be ashamed to talk about what we have brought to this community, what we have brought to the universe, and be proud of it. Just like white folks are proud of who they are, Indian folks are proud of who they are, Asian folks are proud. So we too have a right and have contributed quite a bit that we should be proud of, and we should never be afraid to be Black. So now we simply say we want to rename Brady. Why? We've been through all that. We know who Brady was. We know that his connection, he was a Ku Klux Klansman. And they talk about all the wonderful things that Brady is. And actually, I live in the neighborhood. I don't even call it what folks want to call it. You know, they have this they call it Brady Heights. And I've never ever ascribed to that. Brady Heights. I think it's Brady Low. And it's the attitude that is prevalent with certain folks when they're telling us to just get over it, as Mayor Bartlett asked us to do. And I thought it was somewhat insulting when Mayor Bartlett said to us, seems like we have something better to do than talk about a name change. And the truth of the matter is, when you take our schools, and when you take our property, and you take our parks, then now we've been reduced to fight for a street name.
Take the spirit.
But my thing is this, that it's a fight worth having, and I believe that with the grace of God that we can do whatever we set our minds to. We need everybody in on this fight. We need white folks, good-minded, good-hearted white folks, good-hearted Indian folks, to say enough is enough. So